showing you how to make this inbuilt collar with Queens Ann's neckline. Alright, so if today is the first time of coming to this channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Alright, so we just go into the class. I'll be using the princess dye for both the back and the front. Now I went ahead to draft out a princess dye. Okay, I have a video on how to draft this. I'll just put the link. Okay, so now this is for the back side. I went ahead to add my zip allowance. So this is our zip allowance. This is the zipper allowance. So what you're going to do now, you're going to take our neck line. Now the neckline I'm working with is 3 inches. So it's 3 inches. Let me demarcate all this line so that you understand it well. Now you need some extra fabric around this area so that you can be able to create your inbuilt collar. So I'll just take this one off. Remember, this is a zipper allowance. So I'll take my neck measurement. I'll take it at 3 inches. So this is a 3 inches. And then I'm going to slope my shoulder with 1 inch. So you slope it with 1 inch from here. So slope it with 1 inch. Let's slope well, please. So I've just sloped it. Alright, so now this 3 inches, I'm going to extend it up. So carry it up, alright. So once we carry it up, we're going to come to this area. And please, I'm not taking everything. We're actually using 2 inches, alright. It's 2 inches I'm using upward. Sorry about that. 2 inches and 2 inches. Please don't forget, we're using 2 inches, okay? So I'm going to mark a straight line. It was 2 inches I wanted to collect. I forgot, sorry. 2 inches. So we don't need this with the cascaded this. So we needed 2 inches. So now we're going to come on this area. We'll come down with 1/2 inch from here. We'll come down with 1/2 inch, and then I'll connect with my curved ruler. So I'll connect with this. Alright, so now you're going to come on this area, this part, and try to make that place look smooth, look curved. Okay, let's curve that area. You can use your free hand to curve it. So this is it for the back. Okay, this is it for the back. So I'm just going to cut it out now. So take this line to this place. So I'll cut the back and then we'll proceed to the front. So this is for the back. Alright, so let's do the front parts. Now this is the front. Okay, it's going to be a princess that bust here. Alright, now the same 3 inches I collected from the back, I'll take, well, first of all, let's take our shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I took, let's see, shoulder from here, the shoulder measurement is 7.5 plus 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take my shoulder measurement, 7.5. I'll take my measurement as 7.5 and I'll add 1/2 inch for my allowance. Okay, so this is my shoulder, my original shoulder. So I'm going to connect it to my armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 8 inches, which is from here. So I'll put my armhole curve. Okay, remember it's princess that we are making. So I'm going to come to my shoulder slope of 1 inch. Take your shoulder slope at 1 inch. All right, and then I'll take my neckline. We took 3 inches for our width for the back. Remember, 3 inches. Okay, I'll just put 3 inches here, and then I'm going to connect this way. I'm going to come here. I will take 1/2 inch around here, 1/2 inch here, and then I'll connect these 3 lines. I'll connect the 3 of them. So I'll connect the 3 lines. All right, so as you can see, but remember, this is our the real neckline. So I connected it from this place. So now I'm going to continue with the princess that later. All right, let's continue with this. So now I'm going to come in with 2 inches from that neckline. I'll come in with 2 inches, which is from here. Okay, so from here, so now I'm going to measure what I have from this place to this place. So let's see what we have. So that from here, I'm going to be taking my neckline. So I have, if you look at it, it's 7 inches. So whatever you have here and what you have on the back should be the same thing. So let me show you what I mean. From this 2 inches to this place is 7 inches. Let's see what we have here. We're going to measure from this place. Let's see if we have the same thing. So as you can see, it's also 7 inches. So the same thing I have here is the same thing I have here. Now with my curved ruler, I'm going to come up from here with another 1/2 inch. So I'm going to curve it from this line to this place. I'll curve it there like a curve, and then I'm going to bring it down. Okay, so I brought it down. Now to get your neckline, since you're making a Queens Ann neckline, what you're going to do now is this. You'll determine how deep you want your neckline to be. So I want my neckline to be as high as low as 7 inches. All right, you can decide to make deeper, but I don't want it to be deeper. All right, so from these 3 inches, I'm going to make sure that all the things I have here is 3 inches. All right, and the width is 3 inches. So make sure it's 3 inches. But I'm going to show you how to connect this. All right, I'll show you how to connect this. Okay, so now once we get this, I'm going to divide this 7 inches into 2, or you can decide to start from 3 inches. All right, I'm going to divide it into 2. I have 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5. That is around this place. All right, so now I'm going to use my pattern master to connect this. Now it has to come this way and the other way around. So I think I should use this so that I can get a perfect work. Now I'm going to connect now from this line to this place and to my sweetheart. All right, it all depends on how you want to connect yours. So I'm going to come from here. Okay, so I've connected this. Now it's time to connect the sweetheart part. Okay, I think I should use this too. I'll use this to connect my sweetheart. Alright, so this is it. Okay, it all depends on how you want to connect yours. Alright, now I'm going to continue with my princess that. Okay, you know how we do our princess dart. Now just come here and check your armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 9 inches. I'll just divide it into two. I have 4.5, which is around here. Okay, and then I'll check the rest. 9 inches. I'll add extra 1 inch for my allowance, and then from this is my bust point. That's 10 inches. This is my bust point. I'll just come down with 1 inch and I'll connect my princess dart. Okay, so here I'll come up with another 1 inch here, so that I will not run short of fabric. Okay, so I will extend that 1 inch. All right, so now I'm going to take 2 inches from here. I'll take 1 inch, and then I'll still connect my princess dart. So I've connected it. So I'm going to put my new armhole line. Let me use my free hand. New armhole curve. Okay. So now I'll take my dart. I took 1.5 here, and I'll take 1 inch here. 1 inch, 1.5. So I'm going to connect my dart. So I've connected this, and then I'll connect this one. So this is it. So I'm going to cut it out, and then I'll trace it out on my fabric. I'll be using this Mikado fabric for this. I'm actually making a civil wedding gown. All right, we call it cut wedding gown. So I'm actually making it with this fabric. So now I'm going to cut it out. Remember, we are through with cutting out the back, so I'm going to cut the front out, and then we continue. Cut it out, and then we'll trace it on our fabric. So let's go ahead now and cut out our fabric. Front side, you can see, and the bust here. All right, and this is the back side, as you can see. All right, I'll just go ahead and cut out my lining. Like I said, I'm making a gown with this. Okay, I'm making a civil wedding dress gown with this, I'll go ahead and cut out my skirt and the sleeve. I'll not be showing that part, okay? I'm only showing this part. So I'll go ahead right now and cut out the line, the facing. Okay, I'll be cutting out the facing. Now on my facing, I'll be cutting out gum stay on it. I'll cut out my lining and I'll add my gum stay or lighter gum stay on what, on the neck part. On this part I'll cut out gum stay. On this part I'll add gum stay so that it will be able to what, when I fold it will be able to what, to sit very well. And on the front part I'm going to add just light wording on I won't be adding it on the fabric, I'll be adding it on my lining this time around. Okay, so I'll just go and cut it and then I'll come back and show you. So once I was done with cutting all my facings, my wedding, I went ahead to give it a hot press, okay? And if you notice, some of the dresses, the patterns, their wordings were longer than the main fabric. So all you need to do is to trim them out when you are through with what? With ironing, okay? So I just went ahead and ironed my facings, my light wording on the dress, okay? So I wanted to actually cover the net, the material, since it's white, so that my iron will not stain it, but the iron was too hot, so I had to remove the line. But at the end I had to do the ironing that way. Okay, just take your time and do all your ironings. From the upper side to the underbust. So now what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and join these two parts. That's the bustier area. I'll join it and then I'll join this other side. I'm going to trim off this excess on this excess I have on my bustier. I'll trim it off and then I'll just go and join it, and I'll also join the front lining. Okay, I'll join here and then I'll also join this side. Okay, this is for the front, and then I'll do the same thing on my lining. Okay, this is my lining. This is my lining. I'll do the same thing on it. Okay, I'll go ahead and join. Please, if you have all this excess like I'm having here, just trim. Okay, trim it so that you just sew only on your seam allowance. So I'll go ahead also join this part. I'll also join this part. Okay, this is for the lining. Like as you can see, the pattern I used in drafting was a gum stay, so I had to use it to place on my main my lining. Okay, you can see, thank God I used it. The lining is much because sometimes the lining used to expand, so I'll just go ahead and trim off that excess lining. All right, so this is for the front, and then for the back I also have the back part. This is for the lining and this is for the main fabric. So I'll go ahead and also join this way. I'll join this way. This is one part of the back. This is the neck part. All right, I'll go and also join. And once I will also join the second part. This is the second part, and then I'll also join all the linings, and I'll come back. I'll tell you the next thing to do. So I'm done with all of them. I went ahead to join it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add notch. I'm going to go ahead to notch my work. So try to notch all this area. then I'll go ahead and iron it. I'll iron it. So for the front side, this is the front side. This is the front side. I'll also iron it. I'll also iron this one. I'm going to iron this one too. Also iron this part. Iron this one. So I'll go ahead and iron it now. I'll give it a hot ironing. But before then, before the ironing, this is what you should do. You're going to get the back side. This is the back side. This is going to be here. Sorry, this is the back side. This is how it's going to sit. You remember the front had 7 inches. Don't know if you can see it very well. The front from here to here is 7 inches. Then here to here is also 7 inches. So if you align it together, you see that the journey. You see that they are aligned. They are together. You can see. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and pin this. So I'm going to pin this. I'll use 1/2 inch to sew it. So I'm also going to join this second part. So as you can see, this is the shoulder area. If you remember, this is the shoulder area. This is that place I curved. Alright, so I'm going to join again these two. So you can see they are equal. So I'm going to join it. So put it like this. And I'm going to use my pin to pin it. So it should look something like this. Remember, we have 2 inches for our zipper allowance on this area. Okay, so it should look something like this. I'll do the same thing to the lining also. I'll do the same thing to the lining, and I'll go and join this shoulder together, and then I'll come back with the 2 lining. I'll tell you what to do next. So I went ahead to join the shoulders. You can see this is the shoulder part. I've joined it. Alright, make sure you join the 2 shoulders like the way I did now. I've also joined this part. You can see. So this is the neck part. Okay, from here will now be 2 inches for your zip allowance. So I'm going to grab my lining. So I'm going to get the lining, and I'll place it the same way. All right, you can see what I'm doing here. This is the lining, so I'm going to place it the same way. I'm going to pin it. So if you remember, you can see that this is the sweetheart part, okay, and this is the back part. So as you can see now, I'm going to go and sew it and hold all this place, and then once I'm done with holding it, I'll go ahead also and close up my work. I'll do all my turn up, okay. I'll trim my armhole and I'll turn up all my work, and I'll come and show you the finished look of this, okay. I'm also going to make put the sleeve too, but that the sleeve I didn't show it in this part. I'm going to show it in my next video. I have another video. I'll be making this kind of sleeve. This sleeve, actually, I saw it was inspired by Vicky James, okay. I saw it about the one she made was, I think, 3 tiers. It's 3 steps, but I made my own just 1 step. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to make the 3 step of that sleeve, and I'll show you how I make this particular one I'm using for this cloth. I'm not showing it here. I'm going to show it in my next video. All right, so I'll go ahead now and I'll do all my turn up. I'll come back and I'll show you how it came out. So as you can see, what I showed you just right now, close up your neck part, do all your turn up, trim your armhole if you so wish. All right, so I'll come back and then so I'm done with all the joining. So I'll just go ahead and iron. Ironing it. I'm going to wear it my mannequin now and then show you how it's looking. I went ahead, I also turned up the armhole area. You can see I've turned up everywhere. So let's wear it the mannequin. Alright, we've come to the end of this tutorial. This is the finished look. You can see how the color is. You can see the inbuilt color, and I went ahead to design it with this bead, this pearl stones. Okay, this sleeve, if you're wondering how I did this sleeve, I'll be uploading the tutorial by next week. All right, the sleeve was first inspired by Vicky James, so I decided to make it on this because it's looking portable and beautiful. So I decided to make it. By next week, I'm going to show you how to cut the sleeve. All right. Okay, so if this tutorial was very helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you again in my next class. I'm Cynthia. Bye.